Hello, everybody. Welcome along. My name is Benjamin Bloom. This is the Benjamin Bloom Football Channel. Please leave your bias at the door. And in line with this ridiculously disorganised round of Championship football, I thought I would bring you a ridiculously disorganised, unplanned stream. Honestly, I was just sat down there doing the pictures for this round of Championship games, and I kind of did them all. And I thought, you know what? I could knock these out right now. And then I thought, if I knock this review out now as a pre-record, I may as well do it live. So, look, if you're watching now, welcome along. Thank you for joining me at such short notice. Please get your comments in. We won't go too long. I want to watch last night's episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm with Shaylee, who's going to be back from Grandma's in about 15-20 minutes. So we are going to crack right into it now. Do let me know if you can see me, hear me loudly and clearly. Let's say some hellos. Look at that, out of nowhere. Annie, QPR forever. Jake, Keezer, Mr. E. Yeah, not many matches to review. Only 4, frankly, but we will get it done. Mark, we're Bournemouth and we're top of the league. Yes, you are. Gray Fox, welcome along. And Borough Rich as well. Right, look, let's get into this right now, and we won't keep you too long tonight, but please do have your say as we go, of course. So here are the... Oh, actually, we better give our shout-out first. Shout-out to Russ, who is our fan sponsor for the Championship review show, of course. Right, there you go. That's about the size of it. Only 4 games to talk about. So let's do the postponements first. Barnsley and Stoke. I think that went about 6 days before the fact. Coventry, Cardiff went. Fulham and Birmingham went. Hull and Blackburn went about an hour before kickoff, or an hour and a half, or something ludicrous like that. Luton v Bristol City went on Christmas Day as well. I know I shouldn't have been looking at my phone on Christmas Day, but what are you going to do? Sat in a chair, just having some drinks, eh? Millwall, Swansea went, Peterborough, Reading went, and Preston, Sheffield United went. So, 4 results to talk about. It was Huddersfield 3, Blackpool 2, Middlesbrough 2, Forest 0. And in today's 2 games, 2 1-0 wins. Derby 1, West Brom 2. So, not good for the top side there. QPR 0, Bournemouth 1. So very good win for Bournemouth, bouncing back to winning ways, so to speak. And why not? That is where we are going to start. Get your comments in if you are with me right now. QPR 0, Bournemouth 1. I know a lot of you are going to watch that on Sky Sports, the 5:30 kickoff. It survived QPR's first game in a while, Bournemouth's first win in a while. They have not been in the best of form, have to change. I think it's something like 6 points in 8 games. Really tailed off quite badly, haven't they? But they get the win tonight. Get your comments in on this one. Dieng in goal for Rangers. Dickey, Dunn, Barbe, Wallace, Kakai, Johansson, Field, Chair, Willock, Dykes. Notice 3 important names in there. Dieng, Kake, and Chair. None of them yet have gone to the AFCON, so they all played in this one tonight. Maybe they'll be flying out tomorrow. Who knows? I don't think Mark Warburton even knew last time they spoke to him a few days ago. For Bournemouth, Travers in goal. Stacey, Mepham, Cahill, Zamura, so important down that left-hand side. Lerma returns after his extended suspension. Lewis Cook, Ryan Christie, Phil Beerling, Junior Stanislas, an all-new look left-hand side there. I say new look. They're back, put it this way, the left-hand side for Bournemouth. Dom Solanke up top, and Dom Solanke is going to get the only goal in this one. And what a season Solanke is having. Why is my phone bleeping? My sincerest apologies. Let me turn that off. Would you believe it's telling me to go to bed? 8:50. I'm not going to do that. Solanke, how many is that for the season now? 17 goals in 24 starts. Outstanding stuff from Solanke. It's a really nice goal. We haven't got many to choose from for goal of the round. I think Sorba Thomas might have something to say about this one. But Solanke there, getting up on the near post. Look how he's climbing, he's jumping, he's leaning back. He's going to glance, redirect that header in from Stanislas's free kick in from the left-hand side. It's a lovely header from Solanke, and it flies past the, we think, AFCON imminent Seny Dieng, the Senegalese keeper. Bournemouth are going to see it out. Referee Stroud is as popular as ever. To be fair, I think it's referee Robinson who has more of a say in this. You can sort of fourth official Robinson there. He grasses up poor old Andre Dozzell, who gets the second yellow and is red carded. At the end, get your comments on this one, if you are watching. Right now, the numbers, well, possession, QPR 56-44. Shots 15-8, Bournemouth 6-2 on target. 4 corners apiece, 2 big chances to 0. We'll hopefully get some comments on that with our small crowd for my impromptu stream here. Bournemouth are back to the top of the league as the second half of the season starts. Look, the first half of the season, they went great guns for the first 15 games of it, and not so much so the last 8. Hey, if they do in the first 15 games of the second half what they do in the first 15 games of the first half, they'll get promoted, won't they? Because they put a hell of 37 points or something in the first 15. They go back top. Of course, though, look at the rest of the top 6. Fulham, Blackburn, both with games in hand. And, okay, you're having to go down a lot further, but plenty of clubs with games in hand. But Bournemouth will just be pleased to get back to winning ways. Rangers, back-to-back defeats, albeit a long, long way apart. It was the 5th of December. That sounds like a song, doesn't it? Papa was a rolling stone. 5th of December last they played. So a big gap there, 22 days. But it is back-to-back defeats. And Rangers, albeit, again, they've got 2 games in hand on the 3 teams immediately above them. They possibly would rather have played those games with Dieng, Kake, who doesn't normally play, and we mentioned him now, and Ilias Chair, which we think they might not have for some of the games when they catch up, if indeed they do, during January. Let's have a little look at what you guys are saying. Thank you guys for getting involved in the chat. Obviously, no notice whatsoever here, and well done. Mark, should have won by more, showed good team spirit to grind out the win. Mr. E, Bournemouth fairly impressive, but a bit of S-housery from Lerma, the king of the art. You love it, don't we? Severe lack of sleep. Then Mr. Stroud did Mr. Stroud. Well, there you go. The young lad Felix, yes, who rang the bell after beating leukemia. Mr. E, AFCON players available up to January 3rd. I heard they were, there's something on the QPR website. They were supposed to fly out before this, so God knows what's going on. I know they're supposed to report on January the 3rd, but they're going to get there first to the Cameroon. But there you go. And here, extremely hilarious to see Cahill lift Lerma, who was killing time, and basically saying you can get suspended again. You love to see it. Good old Jeff Lerma and Steph Johansson having a battle of the S-houses in this one. Maybe Jeff Lerma came out on top. Can we say that one? Right. That's the first of our 4 games gone. So Fulham postponed, Blackburn postponed, West Brom lost. Woof. And Derby get the victories. Derby won, West Brom 0 in another of the games that was today on the 27th and not on Boxing Day. Well done, Derby and West Brom, for getting this one, and well done, Derby, for getting the win. And the faltering form, okay, we can't say that about Bournemouth this particular round, but we can say that about West Brom. Of the top 3, top 4, continues as West Brom go under to bottom of the table Derby. And of course, I'm contractually obliged to tell you they wouldn't be bottom if it wasn't for their points deductions, plural. In goal for Derby, Allsop, Byrne, Stearman, Curtis Davis, Forsyth, Abasele, Thompson, Bird, Bulldog, Plunge, and Jason Knight is your Derby team. For the Baggies, Johnston in goal, Kipre, Bartley, Clark, Furlong and Townsend wingbacks, Livermore and Mollenby, so still no Mowat, Diangana, Robinson and Reach up top, so no Carlin Grant there as well. And I tweeted after this goal went in, get your comments in on this one, by the way. I tweeted after this goal went in, 'tis the season for ridiculous goals. And here we are all over again because there's an absolute horrible cock-up between Cedric Kipre and Sam Johnston, the England keeper, in the goal. And I do tend to agree with whoever was summarising on this, because I caught a bit of this on the TV in amidst many, many chores, let's just say. And I thought the pundit was right, saying, look, Kipre looks like he's got it under control. He looks like he holds the hand up to say to Johnston, hang back. Johnston can see everything, Kipre can't. But Johnston keeps coming and coming and coming and coming. And then Kipre kind of heads it back to him. It's an easy catch if he's in his box. But then Johnston's too close. He has to head it away. And literally the only place you don't want it to go, look in the picture. There's only one white shirt from that angle where it was going to land. It lands exactly at Colin Kazim-Richards, who's come off the bench and sticks that one in with the right foot. A calamitous goal. But look, well, we'll have a look at the numbers because the game ends 1-0. And we said this about West Brom recently, creating lots and lots of shots, maybe not that high quality chances and not getting that many goals. They're certainly short up top, aren't they, West Brom, in terms of chances? And they're in numbers. Look, 61% possession, 39% possession to Derby, one shot on target. I sense we're going to get some cross Baggies fans. But look, 19 shots for West Brom, 5 on target, 4 corners to 2. Only one big chance. So it's the same thing week after week we're talking about with West Brom. Okay, the defensive record is the fewest goals conceded in the division, but something is not clicking when you're adding up the defensive work, the pressing, the team's position on the pitch, and then turning that into decent chances, A, and taking them, B. It's not really happening. I do say that with the knowledge that West Brom, look, before then, did have 8 points in the previous 4 games, but 2 0-0s in there and a 1-0 victory. So they're hardly banging the goals in. And look, I know Fulham's maybe not a fair comparison, but look at Blackburn. 11 goals more than West Brom up there. QPR, 3 goals more than West Brom. Forest have scored more than West Brom. And the likes of Coventry, Sheffield United, just 1 single goal behind. Reading, only 3 goals behind. They're not scoring enough goals. I think you take my point. Derby have back-to-back wins, and they just will not go away. You have to give them some credit for their siege mentality, and we have done so on the channel. So, back-to-back victories against Blackpool and West Brom. And, of course, they beat Bournemouth not so long ago. They've only lost 7 games, so you have to go all the way up the table. I can see Millwall have lost fewer in the middle, but then it's only the top 4 then who have lost fewer games than 7. Look, I constantly get asked, can Derby do it? I still don't think they can. I still think they're 14 points off Reading. Half a season to go. Let's do what we always do. Add on the 21 points. They'd have 28. So they would be level on points with Preston. In fact, they'd be above Preston on goal difference. Am I right? Yes, I am. So Derby would be 15th in the table were it not for the points deductions. Look, I keep saying about Derby, I'll have a serious conversation if we get some kind of run like 7 games, 5 wins, a draw and a defeat. It's going to take something like that to get them into a position where, okay, maybe they're 6 or 7 points adrift and you can start to have a real conversation. But you got to give them credit for hanging on in there. And we have seen teams in this position before where they just get marooned and it just becomes a vicious cycle. Of course, we should say Chris Kirchner is not... What is wrong with my phone? Sorry, let me just... that is the most irritating noise in the world. Sorry. My bad. Where Chris Kirchner is not going to be buying Derby now. So there is still that slight worry about people leaving as well in January. There's no new bod in there. Right. What are we saying in the chat here? Rooney hasn't conceded yet to Big Val in 3 games. Tremendous scenes. You Rams, says Andy. Well, rightly so. Rooney's doing a fine job. Yeah, he is. You have to factor in those circumstances, and then we all agree with that. Good win. Nowhere near our best, Lewis. But we're solid defensively, and you always have a good chance of winning. Missed Lawrence, Shinnie, and Joshviak. Absolutely. Mr. E. Derby won that on passion and great support. Yeah, fair dues to those Derby fans as well. Always seems surprising they would be so low in the table even without points deduction, but they wouldn't be relegated is the key thing. That's the question, isn't it? Andrew, Rooney doing a great job considering the problems. I think we all agree with that one. Jay's had a baby son. Congratulations, Jay. Yeah, Ben can share fatherly wisdom. Look, there's plenty of people in our streams that have much more than the 4 months experience I have, put it that way. But congratulations to Jay. Congratulations to Derby and West Brom, for God's sake, need a goal scorer or to join up all the dots there with their attackers. Thank you again, everybody, for joining me. Last minute stream. I think it fits in quite well with how disorganised this weekend has been. So we'll go for it. Game number 3 of 4 was Chris Wilder and Middlesbrough 2, Steve Cooper and Nottingham Forest 0. And these were the two sort of form managers pushing outside the playoff positions, where we can scratch that now, can't we, and say that Middlesbrough are now inside the playoff positions. Of course, look, and I don't want to rain on your parade, Borough fans. Of course, they probably wouldn't be there with all the postponements, but they would be close, wouldn't they? And they're in great form. 13 points in 5 games for Wilder and Borough and Cooper. And Forest, a first defeat. Actually, let's do the better stat than that. A second defeat in 16 now in charge under Steve Cooper. Get your comments on this one. Borough 2, Forest 0. Lumley in goal for Borough. Dykesdale, Fry, McNair, Taylor, Jones, Tavernier, Howson, Crooks, Sporer, and Hernandez for the Forest. Samba in goal. Worrell, Figueiredo, McKenna. Colback at wing-back. Finback at the other wing-back. Yates, Garner, Zinkernagel, Johnson, and Grabban. We've given lots of plaudits to that front three, but Borough are going to shut them out. And I believe they're on quite the clean sheet run. Let me just double check. Is that 5 in a row now? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 4 in a row. Clean sheets for Borough. I haven't conceded a goal in the calendar month of December. No, they haven't had any postponements to help out with that little statistic. However, they got a large helping hand here from a dreadful own goal by Ryan Yates. There is Yates on the ball. Look at Brice Samba going, play it out to the wing, Ryan. I don't want it here. And Yates turns around and no eyes, plays a very firm-looking back pass back to Samba. I used to have a mate who used to do this as a rib at 5-a-side and deliberately score an own goal just to see if the keeper was paying attention. Obviously, that wasn't professional level championship football. And yeah, that one's going to end up in the net. Dreadful, dreadful own goal by Forest. Here comes the second, which is a very Wilder looking goal because it involved Crooks and Jones going down the right-hand side. It ends up with Sporer, who kind of forces it over the line, you can see from the rebound. However, one thing I always used to remember about Sheffield United is they would get in, under Wilder that is, they would get into really good positions down the sides of the pitch, get the wing-backs forward. We all heard about the centre-back, and they never used to cross it into the box. You'd be sitting there as an English football fan, having seen this for years, get in that position. I always say in my commentaries, don't I, in a crossing position, get it in the box. They never used to do it. Always used to go in short. And this was a great example. They're in the crossing position, goes in short on the floor into the box. Very, very Wilder's fingerprints all over that goal for anyone who'd ever watched Sheffield United. Sporer sticks it in 2-0 to Borough, who, as we said, move up in to 5th position. And good value. Look at that. No shots on target for Forest. However, on the big chance count, they did have 2. So maybe didn't have their finishing boots on. But look at Borough. 53% on the possession. 6 shots on target. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 big chances. So really pushed the XG and possibly could have got more than 2 goals in this game, especially when you consider they were completely gift wrapped. Christmas gift, the first goal. Get your comments in on this one. So Borough, you have to say fair play. But again, 36 points from 24 wouldn't normally be a playoff position at this stage. And I do think there is something to be said. Look down, Sheffield United, Coventry, Stoke, QPR, all have the 2 games in hand. But, and this is important, but before any Borough fans get cross with me saying that, you've got to play the cards you're dealt this season. And Would I now rather be Middlesbrough in 5th with the games played and my fixture list is looking all right? Or would I rather have the games in hand and a congested fixture list? I don't know. I think I'd rather have the points on the board. So you never know what the causes of a potential low tide might be around the playoffs. Fixture congestion could be one of that. And Borough may not have to experience that. Forest still in 9th. Look, if you're a Forest fan and you've been on that run and it's the first defeat or the second defeat in 16 games, I'm sure Forest fans are happy, providing there's a bounce back. And at the moment, Borough is a hard opponent, isn't it? Let's look at some comments here. Jake, brilliant match. Should have been 2 up at halftime. Wilder really is working his magic. Onto Blackpool away next. Winnable. Everything's winnable with Wilder at the moment. Rich, unreal how Wilder has transformed the style of play in 1 month. Surprisingly easy win for Borough. Made Forest look ordinary, says Mr. E. Andrew, Borough have a great chance of promotion under Wilder. He's done it before. The team press was the cause of the own goal. Yeah, okay. They may have been pressing whilst the own goal happened, but it was dreadful mistake, I have to say. Yates' own goal will be on YouTube for years to come. Well, there you go. Tyler, one of my teachers is a Forest fan. I'm going to bully. You can't bully your teacher, Tyler. No good. Right. We're on a quick, short one today. 4th and final game. We will do team of the round and goal of the round. Why the hell not? Maybe this is game of the round because it ended a 5-goal thriller, possibly. Huddersfield 3, Blackpool 2. Get your comments in on this one. Huddersfield were 2-1 down at minute 79 in this one and won it 2-1. Well, 2-1 up by 84 minutes. There you go. There are your teams. Huddersfield, Nichols in goal. Pearson, Lees, Sarr, wingbacks, Toffolo and Sorba Thomas back to his rampaging best. O'Brien and High, Holmes, Sinani and Danny Ward. Up top for Blackpool, who had bounced back after their poor run. They won last week against Peterborough. And a few of you said to me, Ben, is it really a bounce back? Because Peterborough aren't very good away from home. Well, those people that said that were right. Well played, because they have then followed that up with a defeat. There you go. Grimshaw in goal for the Pool. Gabriel, Ekpiteta, Daniel Leo Gratarsson. Not a familiar one to me, I have to say. Husband, Bowler, Dougal, Carey, Anderson, Medine, and Yates up top. And Yates is going to score the opening goal. Well, in the first minute of this game. So lovely, really good goal all round, actually. Bowler slides it through. That is Yates full on the run. That is not an easy chance from that angle. You'd say, is the keeper favourite there? He can look at everything, check the angles, make it difficult for the striker. But Yates on the run slams that in along the ground into the far corner. Lovely goal, 1-0. However, Huddersfield are going to equalise in the 3rd minute. And this goal reminded me very, very much of the goal scored against Coventry, where Huddersfield transitioned quickly down the left-hand side. Toffolo, you can see in the picture there, he's got his right leg up down the bottom, crosses that one in. And Danny Ward's a great goal. What you call a flashing header arrives in and sticks that one in for 1-1. This is not a flashing header, but it's well played by Keshi Anderson, the number 10 for Blackpool, who bustles away on the edge of the box. And he sees how deep the Huddersfield defensive line is, and he thinks, oh, okay, I've got Gary Medine in there. This doesn't need to be an accurate cross. I just need to hang that up and standing jump. He is going to win that. Very good pass choice from Anderson. And Medine, look, he's so close in. He just powers over the top of his marker and nods that into the corner. Good play by Anderson. Good goal. Another good goal by Blackpool in a game full of good goals. But perhaps, this is not going to be the best one because we've got to show the red card first. Gabriel is on a yellow card. Is that Lewis O'Brien? Looks like it. Absolute clattering for a second yellow card for Gabriel. There you can see going through his man after the ball has gone. And maybe that was key at 2-1 down to 10 men. Here comes the comeback. This is a great goal. Tremendous stuff from Sorba Thomas, who's been one of our players of the season, coming through from Boreham Wood last season. Really stepped up this season. Right wing back. And it's a double 1-2. He goes outside in and then inside out, and he gets himself into the middle of the box. Brilliant stuff from Thomas. Sticks it in left-footed, and he is not done there because 10 against 11, and the 11 swarm the box. And look, the ball's bouncing about. It doesn't need to be a great shot. Look at Grimshaw on the line. He can't see. He's trying to peer around that side, and Sorba Thomas keep control of the shot, get it on target. Into the corner it goes. Bang, bang. 3-2. What a great game. Breathless stuff. I can barely keep up. How much did the red card play into that one? Let's have a look at the numbers. Honestly, when I look at the attack momentum graph, not very much. Look at the graph there. In the main, Huddersfield doing a lot of attacking during the game. Gabriel went off on 61 minutes. I don't know if you were at the game. Maybe you might have a better vantage point. Well, of course you will, but there you go. 61% to Huddersfield on the possession, 14 shots to 10, 6 shots to 3 on target, 6 corners to 0. Look at the big chance count. 1 big chance to 2. Blackpool winning that one out, but the game ends with a Huddersfield win, and woof, Huddersfield are back in the top 6. Well played, Huddersfield, 8 points in the last 4. I will say exactly the same thing. I'll give you a positive and I'll give you a negative. Huddersfield, again, probably wouldn't be there if everyone had played all of their games, given there's games in hand and whatnot going on. However, they're there. They've played the cards they've dealt. They've got 24 games out of the way. And again, you tell me, would you rather have the points on the board, a place in the top 6, and no congested fixture list? Or would you rather have your, quote, destiny in your own hands with a congested fixture list? We'll find out. Blackpool, the back to winning ways didn't last long. They're defeated again. They hold in 13th. But again, look below them. They are the only team in the bottom half to have played 24 games. So literally everybody in the bottom half has a game in hand with them. Woof. Let's have a look here. Jacob, opening few minutes was madness. We do need to stop conceding early. Lee's take 10 minutes to get off the... Yeah, that's not good. Hopefully there's no lasting damage there. People are telling me the Fulham game is off. Well, I've got 2 there. Swansea and Fulham and Reading. Look, we'll worry about that next time round. But I can see there's enough of you in the chat for us to have a decent vote. So let's get into... of the round. That was very Alan's bubble bath, playing the jingle and then enjoying whilst it goes off. Right, get your votes in for team of the round. Please, for God's sake, only vote for the team you support if you've considered the other team. We get some ridiculous bias in these votes. We want a credible one. We want to know who the team of the round is, not just who you support, and can we possibly justify them being team of the round. If you think they were the team of the round, then of course. But please jump past that implicit bias that unfortunately 99.78% of football fans do exhibit. Is your team of the round Huddersfield? They came back and won 3-2 against 10, albeit. Middlesbrough, who went up into the top 6 with a win. So did Huddersfield, I should say that as well. Are you going to go for Derby, who keep on fighting down the bottom there? Or are you going to go for Bournemouth? You've got a choice of 4 winners there. Who is your team of the round? Huddersfield, Borough, Derby, or Bournemouth? Shall I give you mine before I look? This weekend, look, we're giving Middlesbrough a lot of love. Probably Huddersfield or Derby for me. Bournemouth have had a lot of love during the season. Do you know what? I'll go for Derby for my team of the round, but I will, as always, go with the chat, which says Middlesbrough, Derby. Okay, not many votes. I know we're on a short leash here, so we're going to go for Middlesbrough as our team of the round. And before you go to bed or watch the second half of Newcastle Man United, just help me out. All of the round. Please, you will be put in the sin bin if you sarcastically vote for either Colin Kazim-Richards or Ryan Yates' own goal. It's not big and it's not clever. Come on, give me a serious answer. So I'd be looking at Jerry Yates' goal for Blackpool. I'd be looking at Sorba Thomas' first goal for Huddersfield. And I'd be looking at Dom Solanke's header. So for me, goal of the round is either Yates, Thomas, the first goal, or Solanke? Let me know what you think. I'll give you a bit of help. Again, we've gone for... Look, Solanke's had loads of plaudits, hasn't he? In Bournemouth for top of the league. So I'll park him to one side. I would go for Sorba Thomas, I think, for my goal of the round. Let's see what you guys say. Right, Yates, Thomas, Solanke, Thomas. And that's about it. People not listening to my warning, you're not big and you're not clever if you do sarcastic votes. Deary me. Two more. There you go. Sorba Thomas. We will go for good old... There's another one as well. Good old Sorba Thomas. Right. Thank you, everybody, for watching. My apologies. Look, just a quick little insight into this. I got back from Christmas stuff in the middle of Boxing Day. I was on shift all morning. The round finished today. I'm on shift again tomorrow until probably about 2 or 3 p.m. There's just no chance of doing this. Otherwise, I could have done a pre-record and put it out. But I much rather prefer getting your guys' feedback. So we've done it tonight. We will be back live tomorrow night where we're previewing round 25. What the hell games we're going to get, I don't know. How many we're going to get, I don't know. But it's the maddest week of the season. We're trying to keep up. Thank you for joining us at absolute short notice on this one. Happy Christmas as well. Hope everyone had a good couple of days. I'm sure people have still got family coming around. Mine are coming on Wednesday as well. So enjoy eating up all the leftovers and keep drinking. I tell you what, should we do what should we call? Let's do a group block. Look at this complete dickhead in the chat. Right, let's all wave him goodbye. You can wave goodbye, and he will never see my channel again. Lovely to finish on a blocking of an imbecile in the comments there. Thank you, everybody, for watching. I'm going to put the Championship 365 advert up at the end. We'll be recording with Ben HD and the boys from the second tier at some point this week again. Very, very busy stuff. Over and out, everybody. Enjoy the rest of Newcastle Man United if you're watching it. And come and join me tomorrow night. Thank you, everybody, for watching. If you're enjoying this show, then why not check out Championship 365?
The only area to find Benjamin Bloom, the second tier podcast, and myself, Ben HD, all in the same place.
We'll debate the key topics and interact with you, our community of subscribers.
And we'll be releasing 2 exclusive weekly videos.
So visit www.network.planetsport.com.
Championship 365, 3 creators, 1 community.